How are we doing? Okay, so for this week we're talking about the like the older gentleman that's having like some issues. You know, the shoulder, we have hip, and we have trunk issues. And so one of the stretches that we can have this older gentleman do is we're going to talk about the shoulder, and we're just going to go with a good old classic shoulder stretch. And so so you want to make sure that your hand is going, it's above your shoulder. You want to keep a flexed elbow, if you will, and your support is at your elbow, like as you're pulling across your body. And as you can see here, we get a good stretch on the shoulder capsule. One of the things we want to avoid is stretching with the arm extended and it's down below our shoulder. That's something that we want to avoid. Thank you. All right, so we're back, and so then now what we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about like hip flexibility. And so one of the exercises we're going to talk about doing is single leg flexion with external rotation. So what it needs to look like is your client, if you will, they're going to be on the floor. You're going to do both sides, so it doesn't matter which side goes first. And so you have one foot out in front of you, as you're on your back knee. So then you place the same side hand on your foot. And so then what's going to happen is you're going to externally rotate your knee out as we drive we try to drive our hip towards the ground. From our rear leg. And so this is a really good stretch, and it's something I even like for my baseball players. Thank you. All right, so the last exercise or stretch we're going to talk about is, our older gentleman's trunk. He had issues with his trunk that was, affecting his ground strokes, if you will. And so what we're going to do is one of the prescriptions we're going to have for him is the basic trunk curl. Okay, and so then that's done on the floor. So you're lying on the back, with the bottom of your feet on the ground. And so what we're looking for here is we're looking for what's called drawing in. So essentially when you draw in, it's like if you're taking your belly, but you're trying to take your belly button to your spine. You want to get closer to your spine. That's going to help to have a neutral spine. And so then you're going to draw in, and then he's just going to do a basic curl up. And so then what that will allow for is you don't even really need to go that high, but what that's going to allow for is that's going to allow for trunk stability. So when we talk about like these stretches and the different ones, so they're to be done 2 to 3 times per week at 2 to 4 sets, and with a total of 60 seconds. And so then sets that are between 10 and 30 seconds have found to be effective. And so when you talk about older gentlemen, like the guy in our case study, repetitions of 30 to 60 seconds have shown to be beneficial, because as we age, our body doesn't perform as well as it used to when we're younger. So that's why the additional time for older people is effective. Thank you.